its workers, starting with scientists.
In 2018, the government came up with a 5-year plan to cater for the phased increase of salaries for all scientists and all other civil servants, which was supposed to be completed by 2023. However, due to the COVID-19 disruptions, it is still unimplemented, but very soon it will start. The Minister of Public Service, Honorable Wilson Muruli Mukasa, while addressing the press on how government is enhancing science to the national development, said that scientists are very important people in social and economic development of the country, so increasing their salaries will lead to better life and the economy.
You know very well, and this is indisputable, that science is a prerequisite for rapid economic development. Science, just like security, this you must have it. It's a prerequisite, and there's really no big argument about it. If we want to develop rapidly, then science must be in place. And countries that have emphasized science have actually had their economies grow very fast. Like Germany, for instance, they emphasize science. The German economy has turned out to be one of the strongest economies we have in the world. South Korea is the same. We can also talk of India, it's the same, and so on and so forth. Think widely about all these countries, you'll find they have emphasized science, and as a result, their economies have grown faster and have become strong. Therefore, the government of Uganda thought it appropriate that in addition to our economy being private sector led.
Mukasa adds that for many years, scientists have been going abroad for greener pastures, hence poor service delivery in the country, and increasing their salaries will fuel them to come back in the country. The strategy of paying scientists well is to be able to attract and retain them, so as to avoid the brain drain that has led to many leaving the country to go and work abroad. And that's why the government decided to increase their salary, retain the majority, and foster economic development.
Government clears recruitment annually based on available wage, and for these two categories annually there has been recruitment, but because the pay levels are low, you find that it is very difficult to recruit, for example, the district engineers, and for consultants and other medical professionals there is a very high rate of brain drain because they leave the country. And that is why we never seem to reach the 100% of filling the gaps. That is actually what the strategy of paying scientists well is all about. Being able to attract and retain this caliber of staff in the country.
However, Mukasa Muruli disclosed that science teachers will be worked upon when schools reopen next year, because now they do not know who left teaching and who is still around, but highlighted on how much each scientist will be earning depending on their qualifications. This, however, will create a spiral effect that will call for increase of the salaries of other civil servants, as the minister says.
We think a senior consultant should be earning 20 million shillings per month. A senior consultant, let's say in the medical line. Let that gentleman, let that lady earn 20 million. Yes, why not? He's a consultant. And it's not easy to become a consultant, you know, to be consulted. Ha, 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 ha. You are at the top of knowledge in that field. Then another young consultant should earn something like 18.5 million. Then a graduate scientist at entry level, like this young gentleman here, just left university, is just entering, is a scientist. Let that scientist start at 4 million. At 4 million. And then a medical officer, dental surgeon, pharmacists, and so on. Just that graduate has just left university. Graduate doesn't have too many expenses. Really baggage light. That one should at least start at 5 million. And we are committed to this. Cabinet agreed, and we are working out actually.